Good, good evening, everybody. This is your girl, Laker Girl 36, and I'm your host for tonight's interview. We have my co-host, Angry Lakers Fan Media, FYM from Lakers and 5, and we have Laura from ESPN 710 LA. Welcome.
Hey.
Laura,
Hey,
Laura, how's it going?
it's going good. Going good. Typical Latina, I was running late.
You were still hungover from that Rams win or what?
No, I wish I would have been there, but no, it's funny. So when Portia was like, "Hey, can you lock in a day?" I was like, "Bro, where
Oh, you're going in and out, Laura.
am I?"
Yeah, you're going
Yeah.
in.
Oh no, I'm on Wi-Fi. So what is happening?
I mean, it could be StreamYard too. A lot of times StreamYard be acting up.
Yes.
If you turn your Wi-Fi off and go off the satellite, that might help.
Wait, are we?
I hear like bits and chops right
Okay,
now.
hold up, hold up. Where's my AirPod? Does that work? Would that work better? But
I usually use earbuds.
all right, let me. It's okay. I was trying to do like all this extra stuff and it just didn't work out for me. Did it work? Did it work?
All right, so far I'm hearing you.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you so far on my end.
All right, good. I swear we're professional over here. Promise. No, just life. I wish I was still hungover on the win. It was a good win, good game. I threw in the towel. I'm not gonna lie. When we were
Yes.
You went out again, Laura.
Yeah.
Uh, that's
no,
horrible.
okay. The AirPod, okay, all right. What if I hold it? Does it sound better?
Okay, so far I can hear you clear so far.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna just hold it. So I was saying that I kind of threw in the towel after the third touchdown. I was like, bleep this. I'm over it. Like, I don't want to see no more football. I'm good. I'm going to take my happy ass, go get some food, and I'm good. And I texted the boys, and Mesa's like, believe, Laura, believe. And I'm like, all right, I'll stick around. And then the game just kind of took a turn. So it was pretty cool. It was cool to see.
Yeah, I personally only watched the first half because my team played in the morning, so I only watched like the first half of that. Um, my uncle's a 49er fan, so I'm sure he was pissed.
Dude,
I haven't talked to him yet, but
listen, I'm going to. I'm going to sound petty, but it's okay. 49er fans are so extra because I have a lot of friends who are Niner fans, which is understandable. We didn't have a team in LA. It's fine, whatever. And all I kept getting was like, I told you we own your house, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, listen, I don't need this. Okay. I already lost in Survivor. Like, stupid Bucks didn't come through. So your girl was salty already. So I was like, we're not doing this today. Like, I don't have time for this. But the moment things turned around, I was in their DMs. I was in their text messages like, ha, what happened to your team? Now you all sad. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, my team, the Chiefs, they looking nice. They looking real nice.
They are. What about you, Portia? Who's your team?
Like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan. My team lost yesterday.
oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
your team had one job, Laker girl. Your team had one job
They
was to
did. They
beat the,
have, they
was
have
to
one
beat
job.
them Ravens.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a Steelers fan, so I was hoping the Cowboys beat the Ravens.
the Steelers, so I don't know if you guys obviously remember Amanda. She's a huge Steelers fan. And I have a friend who's a huge Steelers fan. And every time she comes over, she's all like, she's just, you get it, right? When you're a Steelers fan, it's like hardcore, dead ingrained, pretty much like an organization like the Raiders and the Cowboys and the Niner fans and stuff. So she was messaging me and she was like, I told you we look good, da 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 da. And I was like, but I love that because I miss that every Sunday now. Like you have all these random group threads going on because people are just talking their shit. Can I curse here? I wasn't sure.
On this channel, it's kind of like PG.
Okay, cool. Okay, no, I appreciate that because I curse a lot. No, that's why I gotta ask because I curse a lot. So let me tone it back. So we talk a lot, you know. So yeah. So it's been fun for that. So your team's been doing great. Your team not so much, but you know it's okay.
It's okay. We got my Lakers around the corner.
Oh, girl, let's see how that goes.
I'm definitely waiting for that.
I think Lakers are going to do good this season.
You think so? I
think so.
I personally,
Lakers.
I hope so, right? Like I'm a Laker fan, so I'm never wishing them to be bad, but
We got the best team in the NBA. When you go back and look at that in-season tournament last year, when it was all on the line, man, we smacked everybody that we played, and then everybody got hurt, right?
In season. But that's any team. Look at the Rams. They're all hurt. Right? Yeah. The Niners just lost a bunch of that's common for sports. So I feel like how you adapt and how you kind of maneuver that is what distinguishes you from being a mediocre team to a great team. So for me, it's yes, we do have, even though people think I'm a LeBron hater, we do have, huge, two of the best players. So
hold on, can you say that one part again? Because you said that pretty fast and you skipped past it.
I said people think that I'm a LeBron. I'm not. No, see, y'all gonna cut this and be like, Laura says she this. No, I am not that.
Mm-hmm.
But
well,
go ahead.
Hardcore LeBron fans would think every Lakers fan is a LeBron hater.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm getting that on my end for the most part.
But I mean, it is what it is, right? I'll take if that's what people want me to be. I'm okay with that. Whatever. I know who I am and what I stand for. But my thing is, we do have LeBron on our team, so that increases our chances of being great because you have greatness on your team. But at the same time, he is older. There's a lot of things going on. There's a new coach. We'll see. We'll see. Am I optimistic? Of course. But we'll see.
I'm gonna let Laker girl speak.
I know I talk a lot. Y'all gotta shut me up.
No. You're good. You're good. When the guest is involved, it makes the show go around. I love it. So it's all about you. You're here. It's all about you. You're the guest. So if you got some stuff to say.
I have a question. Is there a way where I could see y'all better? Because I feel like I can't see y'all that great. I like seeing faces.
Let me see if I can change the screens.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been in this.
So
I usually with the boxes. There we go.
I'm not gonna lie. So I heard, I was like, because I told Greg, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be on with Portia and her co-host, and he's like, oh, that's what's up. And he's like, Portia will be on camera, her co-host won't. And I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, he's on camera. That's what's up. I was like, we all on camera today.
Well, I make Angry, since Angry's my co-host. I prefer he be on camera since he's my co-host.
Because I'm used to it. I mean, on my own channel, I'm always on camera. So
he has a channel too.
That's cool.
I'm honest. I show my face a lot.
Show it off.
So we can start off with some questions. My first question is for you.
Oh, there's a fourth person. What's up?
What's happening?
FYM.
my first question is to you. What made you start broadcasting?
Oh, okay. So I just got this question over the weekend, and honestly, so I was in a really bad car accident, and I pretty much flunked out of my semester in school. And my friend was like, you need easy classes. I'm like, bro, we're in college. There's no easy classes. And he goes, nah, you don't shut up. He's like, you talk too much. He's like, so why don't you try a broadcasting class? And I'm like, is there such a thing for that? And he goes, yeah, look. And you know how I mean, I'm old, okay? So we're talking about 2008. They still had like the booklets where you go through your classes to kind of see what you wanted to take. And he shows me, he's like, intro to broadcasting. And I'm like, huh, yeah, I do talk a lot. Probably an easy class. And I took it, fell in love with it. My professor at the time, like, really just kind of saw something in me, you can say. And she really pushed me to pursue it because I just wanted to do it, to get my grades up and go back into not getting kicked out of school. So she was like, no, why don't you do this? Why don't you take this class? And that's kind of how I got in. I mean, I've always loved radio specifically. I've always loved radio. I grew up on listening to, I mean, I'm from LA. So listening to 100.3 The Beat, listening to Kiss FM, listening to Power 106, 92.3, also K-Day, and then just kind of different KGLH. So like those kind of stations. And I loved it. I just never thought that I could do it. And having somebody that had been in the business, because crazy, my professor was the one who helped, or was initially who helped open Power 106 with Chris Morales' dad. So having somebody who knew about the business and was so involved in it say, hey, I can kind of see something in you. I was like, really? Me? Little old me from like the 626? What? So that was pretty cool. And that's really what pushed my love for broadcasting on a level of like, I can do it versus I just enjoy being around it or being a consumer, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I got into the business and how that kind of love for broadcasting on that level kind of began.
That's awesome. I have to say you do a good job when I look at you on YouTube. You do a good job. You keep the audience entertained, especially when I call them sports graffiti.
I try. I'm not gonna say it's different. It is different, obviously, on this show because they're already so ingrained with each other. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Greg has been producing that show for a long time, and Brian just came in so seamlessly into that show. And I feel like it was such a boys' show. And I know you guys listen to the station, so that was such a boys' kind of show. So to have a girl in there, a lot of people don't like it, because it's different for them. But I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah, every show should have different perspectives. If they don't have a different perspective, it's just one-sided. I don't like one-sided things.
Yeah, that's like life, right? Like, especially for me, being a part of a show that was very diverse and kind of all over the place with the afternoon show, and coming to Mason and Ireland, which I felt was a little bit more like, I don't want to say like tight, but it was, because even right now I was like about to curse, right? Like I'm super out of pocket. So my personality is so different. It's so different compared to theirs, where I was like, ooh, I don't know how it's going to work. But because I've worked with Ireland before on the Lakers broadcast, and, I had worked with Greg when we used to do the Sedano show, and then, Mason and I just get along really well. It just kind of all worked. And I think that, like, to your point, having different personalities and perspectives helps because you're able to identify with somebody, whereas before many people probably couldn't.
And that's what it's all about, identifying with different people so that they can continue to come back to view your product. Right?
That's right. Like right now, 2 dudes, 1 girl. I love it. Like, because you don't see a lot of females, having their shows and kind of headlining and doing hosting. So it's refreshing to see that.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. I told her that numerous times.
Yes, actually, Angry is the one who told me I need to have a show. He was like, since you're a big Lakers fan, you need to have your own show.
And you know what? That's the thing. Like, a lot of people are, I don't want to say scared, but they're just like, well, there's already X amount of shows out there, right? I'm one of whatever the number might be, but you're one of one. And I think people forget that. Like, nobody could be you. Nobody could have your perspective. Nobody can copy what you do, or people can mimic it to an extent, but you're one of one. So even though what your topic is, I mean, even look at our station. We all talk about the same thing.
Yes.
Rams, Lakers, Dodgers, right? XYZ. But we all have very different perspectives. Sometimes we don't, but it's our personality that kind of adds flavor into whatever we're talking about. So it's the same thing. So I'm glad that he pushed you to do it.
Yes.
Laura just dropped some bars on the show. I appreciate that.
That
I
was
really
like
do.
a hot 16. That's why.
That was great. That was great.
Yeah.
I got a quick question for you, Laura.
Yeah, what's up?
Um, you're Lakers fans and Dodgers fans, right?
Yes, there.
Um, you have a free ticket to see either one of them in a championship. Which one would you want to go see?
Championship.
Yeah, Rams, Lakers, or Dodgers.
So the only reason I'm going with this one, and I can't believe I'm gonna go with this one. Uh Wait, is it game 7 or is it like a series or what?
Yeah,
What?
if it's NBA, it's gonna be Game 7. Of course, Super Bowl is one game, and
Yeah,
baseball is
so
gonna be
that's where
yeah.
I was gonna go. Okay, so for me personally, I was gonna go Super Bowl because he said one. I was like, hold up, there's a series, so I can pick, right? But if I have one game and it's the defining game of whatever sport it is, it would probably be Lakers. Yeah,
That would be nice. That
yeah.
would be nice.
Even though it was tough
I
though, tough. Dodgers
it
was
was
tough.
tough. It was tough. I got it. I kind of got it was like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders when when the Dodgers won in 2020. Because I've been waiting to see another championship since I was a kid. So it was weight was lifted. With the when the Lakers won in 2020, I was kind of emotional
Yeah,
because after the whole Kobe situation.
yeah.
But Dodgers, yeah, it was just like a huge sigh of relief. Like finally, we
I
Right.
we
know.
got
That
we got cheated a couple times.
it was huge for me because that year the Chiefs won, the St. Louis Blues won, and the Lakers won. My football, basketball, all them teams won. And it blew my mind because that had never happened before. You know what I mean? Not to me. Not to me.
Yeah. See, and that's see for so like I grew up a Dodger fan because of my dad, and I've kind of mentioned this on air a little bit. That's the only thing he could afford to take us to because at the time, going and even now, like going to a Laker game is expensive, right? You got to drop a few $100s to be in the nosebleed seats. So the Dodgers are hitting there, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's my dad couldn't afford to take us to that. So Dodgers was the affordable thing to take the kids to. And because it was long, he didn't have to stay the whole game. Kids are like, all right, dad, I saw a little bit. I could go. I got my ice cream. Like, we're good. Let's go. And that's the reason why I became a Dodger fan. So when I was growing up, like I didn't see that. 88, I was born. So, you know what I mean? Just I was like, I want one. And I remember, most of my friends, they're all my age or similarly around my age. So 88 was the last, you know, championship we hadn't even seen. We just knew about. So every time we were like, oh, we're close, this happened. Oh, we're close, we lost. Oh, I remember when we lost to the Astros, leaving, and I was bawling. Like, shout out to my girl Des. Like, Desiree and I and her brother, we were at like a sushi spot out of all the places they were playing the game, and we walked out of there just bawling because we were like, oh, we thought we had, it was heartbreaking. So just seeing that, I was like, oh my God. And then I got to work on our end. Like, I got to work the games. So I got to get paid to watch the games. You know what I mean? So that was like amazing. And then having like just kind of helping Travis, produce the post show for that. Like, I was like, oh my God, what? That's so surreal. And even with the Lakers championship, I was part of the broadcast for that. So I was like, check, check. I wasn't there personally, but I felt a part of because I kind of had my hands in the broadcast aspect of it. So that was pretty cool.
I got a question for you, Laura.
Hmm.
Out of your broadcasting career, what broadcast meant the most to you and why?
That's tough.
That's a good question.
That's a great question. I think for me, it was so I'm obviously Latina and bilingual, right? And I never wanted to be in Spanish radio. That was never something that I aspired for, looked for, and for many reasons. And I've talked about this. There was like a conflict with identity and things like that, with being Mexican American and a lot of things. So I just never thought that I would be in Spanish radio, and it just so happened that I landed in Spanish radio. And my first on-air gig was in a Spanish station, so in LA. So for me, getting that call from your PD and being like, "Hey, you're up. We need you to kind of go live," and you're like, "Wait, what?" Really? What?
Right. Huh?
You know what I mean? Because granted, it was like midnight to 4 a.m., right? But still, like, even then, for me, I was like, oh crap. All I ever wanted was to be paid to be on the radio, like legit, that's your job. And that was pretty cool because I had been on the radio before, co-hosting or just kind of chiming in or whatever, but it was like, this is your time slot from 12 to 4, handle it. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, that is serious. Serious. Sorry.
It was cool though. It was cool, but I think out of that, just because everything you worked for is right there, and so that was pretty cool. It's probably, and I can't believe it was a Spanish station moment, but it's pretty cool.
So was it like music or was it like talk radio?
No, it was music. So prior to me doing ESPNLA, everything I had ever done was on the music side.
Okay, so you had to like talk in between, or you was the one actually playing the records?
Yeah, so you talk in between. So like I remember coming in and I would get so much heat for my Spanish because they were like, "Oh, you sound, too whitewashed. You sound too this."
Oh man.
Straight up. You ain't authentic enough. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, man, that's what it was. Like, y'all think it's funny, but it's the truth. Like, I remember I was co-hosting with this guy before I even got this before I got the 12 to 4 and like all the fill-in spots that I would do. I remember I was co-hosting and it was like legit a regional Mexican station. So it's like Spanish, like country essentially. And I remember people would be like, "Oh, you sound pocha," which means, you're not speaking correctly, like whatever the word is, you're not pronouncing it correctly. You're to this, you're to that. And I'm like, bro, you're really just saying I'm not Mexican enough. Like, that sucks. Like, what does that look? You know what I mean? I would get it all the time. And I remember my he would be like, "Well, why don't you try to do this? And why don't you try to do that?" And I was like, "No, because that's fake. That's not me." Like, you're
Right.
able to really quick figure out, like, oh, she's faking whatever that is, and I hated that. And I never did it. And I think people really embraced me because of that. Because I'm like, yeah, like, I don't say the word correctly, but I'm going to try. Like,
Right.
essentially, because I'm bilingual, I'm straight bilingual. But when you're so dominated to one side, and I was speaking just English and I was in English radio, it was different. So yeah, it was wild. But people, man, listen. So that's why when people tell me crap now, like at ESPN, I'm like, come at me, bro.
Ain't nothing you gonna say.
Nope.
So I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said. I got a quick question. So working with ESPN LA, have you ever been contacted by ESPN Deportes?
I have not. I have not. See, it's interesting too because like even though it's all one big company, they're also separate.
Mm.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, ESPN Deportes, holla. Hola.
Nah, all I go
Hola.
crazy.
Estoy
All I
aquí.
go crazy.
Oh, you're
That's-
That would be nice. It would be
wait.
nice.
It's different though. Like speaking, because so it's interesting you asked me that because I was at Rams camp this year with Sedano and Cap, right? The Sedano and Cap show. And I got introduced, shout out to DeMarco. I got introduced to all the Spanish, excuse me, play by play and all that. And I was like, yo, like, do you guys have, somebody that you have a sideline reporter? He's like, no, we actually don't. And DeMarco's like, this girl, she speaks Spanish, like this girl, and she a Rams fan. But the lingo is so different. You know what I mean? Like in Spanish for
Mhm.
sports. So I'm just like, dang, I gotta learn that glossary real quick.
Flat out.
So
So,
we're out here manifesting things. We'll see. But I wouldn't shut it off. Like why? If I can do it in Spanish too, that'd be super dope.
I'm sure it
I
would
have,
be good to be on the sidelines of one of your favorite teams.
yeah.
Yeah. Manifesting it.
Mhm.
There you
I have
go.
I have a question for you. What is your favorite Laker memory, and who is your favorite Laker?
Mm.
Well, if I don't say Michael Thompson, he's gonna hate me. No, I'm just kidding.
That.
And like that, meeting Michael and working with Michael is an experience. But I mean, honestly, if I wouldn't say Kobe, I would be lying. Like 100%. Like as an '88 baby, I grew up with Kobe, right? So I would definitely just be super lying to y'all that Kobe is my favorite Laker. Um, I do love me some Derry Fish though. Okay, Derek Fisher and Robert Ory and Fox also, but sure, Kobe. I
I
want.
like how you sneak Fox in.
That is.
Listen, Shannon Brown the other day. I was young. Oh, Shannon Brown was my baby daddy when I was young. Um, but Kobe for many reasons, I just think he really embodied LA and just like inclusion, and I just loved his game aside from all the other things that came with him, right? I was glued to that screen growing up and just seeing the things he was able to do, and I'm just like, dang. Like that was my Michael Jordan, right? So for sure, Kobe memory. So this is not going to be a memorable memory for anybody but me and my nephew, for my nephew and I. When my nephew, who is now 24, uh, turned 12 years old, I was able to buy him a ticket for whatever. I don't even remember the game. It doesn't even matter. But we went to a game, and it was my first Laker game that I was able to go to. And we had pretty decent seats. I paid a lot of money for them. I took him for his birthday. And just being able to see Kobe play like in front of you was so surreal. But also seeing my nephew's face because he was like mesmerized, like, oh my God, I'm seeing Kobe. So that was probably the best Laker moment for me. Not because, again, it wasn't anything that anybody, I don't even remember the game, but it was more so of the experience of being able to see Kobe in person and live and seeing him do his thing. And granted, this was 2012. Was it 2012? My nephew turned 24 this year. Yeah, whatever 12 years ago was, right? So it wasn't like peak anything, but again, it was just being able to see him and see my nephew's face. Like that was pretty cool. I'm like, I did that. Like I was able to
Mhm.
give him that moment and his only moment, but he can at least say like, I saw Kobe play.
Right. A lot of people can't say that.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
it's that's probably the coolest moment.
that's
Personal
awesome.
memories are the best memories.
Yes,
That was a great memory.
I was blessed to see Kobe because, like I said, I live in Northern California. I'm in Fresno. I was blessed to see Kobe a couple times in person,
Nice.
and then I went to crypto for Shaq's ceremony. My sister took me for my
Nice.
birthday.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Actually, I did see Kobe a few times. I'm lying. Look, I saw it. So the other memory was also personal. I took my sister for her birthday on. I actually have a Lakers hat that everybody's like, dude, where did you get that hat? We love that hat. You don't see it. And I was like, oh, it was a free hat promotional thing. My sister's birthday is November 10th, so it's right before Veterans Day. So I took her to that Veterans Day game, and that's the hat that we got. And even, she's older than I am, but again, like us not being able to do those things when we were growing up, just that was due to one of my girls who worked at NBC or KTLA at the time, and they had a suite. I don't know if they still do at Naples, and we got hooked up with tickets. Nobody wanted them because the Lakers sucked. So people were just like, "Yeah, I don't want to go see them." I was like, "Shoot, I'll take them. Free Lakers games, I go."
I would have took them tickets quick. I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Even when people are like, "Oh, but they suck," so that's your team. You
That's
still,
Yeah.
that's like weird. Like seriously,
it is. It,
that's weird.
it is
Those
weird.
the fans. Those the fans I don't like. Like you only around
Right,
when we're.
right. You don't need to be at the game. You bad luck. We gonna mess around and lose if you there for real.
I mean, you gotta go through the grind. We ain't gonna win every year.
No, you're not. And I think, see, here's the thing with any LA team, and I might be wrong, y'all might have a different perspective, but I think because LA has this, like, right, Ireland says it's star driven talent. So people are used to having stars and kind of just going for the effect, especially the Lakers. Lakers are, y'all been to games, y'all see people with their phones out. All they're doing is videos, like, literally recording. Bro, put the bleep phone down. You're in my way. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You want to record it, record 10 seconds, put it away. Take your picture, put it. But that's what people go for. It's able to be, you know, I do it for work when I go. Sometimes, yeah, I don't post it, but sometimes I have to because of work. But I hate that. But I think that has a lot to do with those kind of fans because they're very casual. And I feel like we're going into an era that it's more like that. It's more of being a casual fan. People that are a little bit older and really were engraved and rooted into a team, they're more hardcore. My nephew, like I was talking about, he's 24. He'll be rocking different hats, different teams, and I'm like, bro, what the bleep? Like, why are you wearing a freaking Oakland A's hat? Like, boy, go.
Have you lost your mind?
I was like, bro, what are we doing? It's a nice fit. It looks good, but it has nothing to do with the team. It goes well, or they're devoted to players, they're really devoted to teams.
Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, I for one, it irks me when I see people I know that are Laker fans. They wear like different team hats because it matches what they got on. I mean, nowadays
Weird.
you can find Lakers hats in all colors. Like you can find Laker hats in all colors. I got
Thanks.
so you can find them in green, which I don't know if I'll ever wear a green Lakers hat, but you can find them in all colors, especially on the New Era website, the Mitchell and Ness
Mhm.
website. You can find them all.
Right.
Now it's like no excuses, no excuses. So
Yeah. And,
you,
and
you should,
I get it. Listen, I love to match. Okay. So I get it. Like, I love to match. I like to have different, I have so many hats. It's ridiculous. And I get it. But there's certain things. And look, I feel like I look great in olive green. My skin tone looks great in olive green. So I do wear olive green. But there's a particular type of green we don't wear as Laker fans. You know, that Celtic green. Nah. Like,
no leprechauns, no
you know,
leprechauns.
oh, 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 oh. I have like this green, and I looked and I'm like, does this okay, we're good. Like we're safe. We're safe. And my boyfriend, like, he does not wear green at all, and he's not even a Laker fan, but it's so funny. Yeah, there's certain colors you just don't wear. You just don't wear.
So let me ask you this real quick. Do you know who Coloco is? It's somebody that we just got from
Yeah,
Toronto.
right. I know who he is.
Have you seen any of his highlights? Be honest.
No, not really.
Hey, when you look at his highlights and you see that 7'1" dude moving like he's 6'7", it's gonna shock you. I just got shocked when I seen it.
Really.
That dude can move, and it's gonna be scary when him and AD out there. So I'm letting you know right now. Don't be talking like we ain't finna make no noise. I'm just saying.
I'm so I swear to you, I wish I can share like a screenshot of this. So there was an article that I was seeing today, and they were talking about him, and I literally put, how confident are we, question mark, like in our rundown, right? And how much of an impact is he really going to do for our team? And we know the name to an extent, because even like when we saw that, that he got signed or whatever, the Lakers didn't make it official till after, but it was rumored, and we're like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, whatever. You Again, there's players that we're like, but we'll see. Like, I'm optimistic, man. Like, if you're not rooting for your team, you're not
Right.
like. Let's just be real. So for me, I want it to be good. I want it to make. Of course, I would want to, especially myself, like that's me. But I also know like all the other teams and what they have, and then you have to be like stacking it up and be realistic of like what can really happen based on that. And then you can kind of be like, well, look at the Dodgers. They're stacked and they still haven't won. So anything goes, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely optimistic.
So you watched the Olympics this year, right? The basketball Olympics, right? Who
Yeah.
was the MVP of those Olympics? I forgot.
You yeah. Is this the shot of like I don't like him? Is this where this is coming from?
No, it's just a question. It's just a question.
Okay. Yeah, the MVP. Are we
Okay.
Should he have been the MVP? Is that the following question? Or you just wanted me to say?
I just needed to hear it. I just needed a reminder.
Nah, man. See, again, I have no beef with. First of all, I don't know him personally, so I don't hate nobody I don't know. That's like my a thing. Like I
All right, you can't hate somebody you don't know. That's real.
like you can't like, but I get it because we do entertain, so it's like Laura, Ron, cool, whatever. I've always said you can knock them out of the game. Like if you do, you're an idiot. I'm just putting like if you're out here trying to say X Y Z about his game, like yeah, I'm not paying you. Just get it because so, I have like this big old baggy jacket. But my thing is, I'm a Laker fan before anything, and that's what it was for me. Just seeing like how much power he has over the organization and how the decisions that they're making right now will affect and just trickle down. And that was my thing. Now people are like, bleep, it's worth it. Who cares, right? I'm like, okay, if we win, I'm wrong. I'll give it to you guys. If we don't, take a look at what I'm saying. That's it. You know what I mean? Like that's just where I was. But a lot of people are okay with that, and that's cool. Like if you're cool with that, then you're cool with it.
We can take two questions from the chat for Laura before we conclude the interview. If you guys have any questions for Laura.
I didn't even know there was a
So,
chat.
Yes.
salute JC. Salute everybody. Salute everybody. Salute Cuba.
Laura, a
That's
lot of people in
crazy.
the chat are saying salute to you. Sports podcast for you, Jonathan Watson.
What up, Jonathan Watson? What's up? I was like,
And
that component to this? What?
Measure level entertainment.
What up? Dang, I feel so dumb. I was like, man, it was.
Got JC. Salute to JC.
Salute to
Got
What's
Jay.
Bees.
what's up,
Yeah.
JC?
Salute
That
Salute to Bella.
to Bella, DJ, Lakers, and Five.
oh, what's up, DJ?
What's up, everybody?
Micah. Salute to Micah. Salute to Big Baby.
Yes, salute to Big Baby.
Salute to Star Vision too. Salute to Star Vision.
Yes, salute to Star Vision.
Lewis, the security of the group.
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have a question from Major. Ask her, does she still do Let's Bear It All? Was it
Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. I hate to ask what that's about.
right.
So,
That go crazy.
no, it's been taking a break because of life. So Let's Bear It All is a podcast that I started when I was in college as literally it was a class. This was back in I want to say 2009, 2010, when podcasting was like in early stages. And they were literally teaching us how to podcast, how to market, all of that. And I had to come up with an idea. So to answer your question, Let's Bear It All was a love, sex, and relationship podcast.
Mm.
And trust me, we got deep. I talked about a lot of things. Also, I was
Pun intended.
you know, single, very
Wow.
single college
Crazy.
student. So we talked about a lot of things. It was really fun. And then it actually took off for a bit. Like it was pretty cool, to kind of be in such an early stage of stuff. But because nobody was talking about sex at that time, everybody was kind of doing the life blogging kind of, what was not spiritual, but like inspirational thing. I'm over here like, yeah, man, let me get you a booty contract, like a booty call contract. Like, I'm gonna post it up and you guys are both, this is how man, we were wild. My co-host and I were wild. But, you grow up and things evolved and, then it became more of a relationship thing. And then after kind of leaving it for a long time, last year I was like, you know what, I really miss it because you guys do this because you love it. You love the Lakers, you love speaking about it, dissecting it, just showing your love for your team, right? And there's genuine love for what you do and there's purpose behind it. And I felt like where I was in that moment last year was like, man, I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. Like, am I even making an impact? And just kind of seeing how things were going socially. And you're like, I'm over here talking about sports. Like, what am I really contributing to life? I don't know. That's just my brain and how it works. So Let's Bear It All kind of became more of a obviously the name Let's Bear It All plays into a lot of things, but I was like, let's just all about life and like where we are. I'm grown now. I'm in my 30s. I'm in a relationship, like a very stable relationship. And I wanted to really showcase more brown and black voices and not necessarily just in the industry, but everywhere. There's people that are at the top of their game in finance, in, whatever, in medical and just in general. So it was more of that. And actually the first person that was supposed to be my guest was Michael. And Michael's like, I'll talk about sex. And I was like, Michael, it's not about that anymore.
Wow.
We have something along those lines because at the end of the day, we're still talking about life and that's part of life, right? And so I don't do it. The last episode I actually did it with Kirk Morrison. I love that because, again, my whole purpose is to amplify brown and black voices and having people see that we're more than whatever the stereotype is that they want to put us in and that box that they want to put us in, especially for our communities. And because if y'all don't know, my boyfriend's black and Mexican. So we talk about this all the time. And, he's like, I get it on both sides. Right. So it's just kind of showcasing like, nah, man, like we're not just XYZ, whatever the media or whoever wants to portray us. Like we out here really doing things for our community, really doing things for our families and our ancestors and just trying to make people proud because we didn't have these opportunities and there wasn't people like us that really, again, when I was trying, when I was little and I was like, man, I would love to do that. Nobody looked like me on TV or in radio. So being able to like showcase the fact that someone that looks, a little bit like them can be doing that. Like that's important to me. So that's really what Let's Bear It All is now. It's just unfortunate that everything was on me. Y'all know how hard it is to do a show. Like you gotta prep for it, you gotta
All
edit.
right, ain't no joke.
Y'all do
This,
it live, so it's a little bit to me easier because they know like editing done. But when you do a podcast and now you gotta do literally the YouTube component and the video component, and I'm like, man, I'm by myself. Like
all right.
I'm writing, I'm producing, I'm editing, I own it, I trademarked it. So I did a lot of work to just own my name for that. And now it's like, dang, but I don't got time to do it because I got to pay bills and I got to be responsible. But it's my baby. I love it. And hopefully I'm able to go back to that.
Fetty.
That was a good question. I didn't even know that. Shout out to Major. He
Major
told us
know about
something.
LA. Major be up on LA. You ain't gonna
Yes,
tell Major Nathan about
Major
LA.
knows a lot of people.
Ain't gonna tell him Nathan.
What up, Meg?
Yeah, that was a great explanation. Great explanation.
It was a very long one to say, no, I'm not doing it right now, but plug it too.
So we're gonna
um,
go ahead, Angry.
oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up tonight's interview, Laura. I just want to thank you for coming on and thank you for taking my calls on sports graffiti.
Always,
And,
girl.
and the next interview we will be having, I believe we'll be having Pepe. He is going to try to come on tomorrow. If not Pepe, we will be having John Arley come back for pregame.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yes, I was telling John Arlen I was telling John Arlen when I come to a game, I can't wait to meet him in person.
You've never met John?
Ever, I've been like I said, I live here in Fresno, and I've been listening to ESPN for a while now. And I told him that when I come to LA to a game, I want to meet him and Michael Thompson.
Oh yeah, man. They're great. Like, I know people give him a lot of hell.
Yes,
They're good. Like they're legit. And that's not just because I work with them. It's like growing up, listening to different people. And like, oh man, now I get to work with these people, right? Like with Thompson for the first time, I was like, right. And I don't get starstruck, y'all. Okay, I've been around people, but it was wild. Like I was like, dang, and how chill they are. Like Michael's so. I mean, you guys had him. Michael's so chill.
yeah, he's chill. He was on my podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he cool. I like his energy. He got good energy for sure.
he's
I
great.
can honestly say, all of y'all from ESPNLA have been great guests on this panel. I can honestly say that.
Yes,
Oh, thank you. We appreciate the
Yeah,
love.
yeah, all of y'all been great. Appreciate that.
yes,
Good. Let's keep it going because if one sucks, oh, you gotta.
yeah. I'm going to try to get if I can get Sedano to come on.
Oh,
And
his schedule's super busy, but I know like that man doesn't even have time for his own radio show because he's working. Can he?
and then
Straight up.
I definitely want to try to get Ramona Shelburne to come on.
Oh, Momo's great. She's
And
so good.
then I want to get, if I can, get Travis Rogers.
Travis is. I mean, again, I feel like I'm a home, but like these people are good people,
Yes.
so I know they'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, they would definitely. That's what John Ireland was telling me. They would definitely come on.
For sure.
But Laura, again, I thank you for coming on. Laura, if you want to come back during Lakers season, I do pre-games. If you want to come back on and talk
Okay.
Lakers Dodgers, you're more than welcome to.
Awesome. Sounds good to me.
Make sure you have your LeBron jersey on.
Oh, I don't.
I'll take Bronny. You can get a Brownie jersey. Yeah.
No, man, we good. I'm interview over, right?
Oh man, I personally want to thank you for blessing us with your presence, Lord. We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Y'all
Yeah,
are
You
awesome.
didn't have to, but you're here. Thank you.
thank you,
Thank
Lord,
you.
for sure. You got good energy, and I love the way that you communicate. You are an extremely good communicator. It
Thank
was broadcasting was perfect.
I appreciate it. I ain't gonna hold you against you. You out here trying to make me look bad with the LeBron stuff, but it's all good.
Yes. Yes.
Do not get me started.
Yes.
And Laura, again, I just want to thank you for you taking my call, especially on sports graffiti. Sometimes it is hard for me to get through, but I just want to thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, no, guys. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it. Bye.
But
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
see, that was a good interview.
Yeah, she was fantastic. She was fantastic.
Yes, she
Um,
was.
Shout out to everybody from ESPNLA, man. They all been good spirited people, funny, informative. It was almost like talking to people that we knew. So,
Yeah.
and me growing up in LA, it's like I knew Laura the way she was talking. You
Yeah,
know,
she
it's like
did have that feeling. She
Yeah.
definitely
yeah,
did. A good
Appre-
vibe.
appreciate that, DJ and Big Baby Jonathan. Yes, it was a great show, a great interview. Let me give
yes, it was. It was. Thank y'all for joining.
again big shout out to sports sports podcast for you. Their interview will be October 1st at 5 p.m. and it will be live. And I believe we will be having Pepe Martinez. He's the Spanish voice of the Lakers, and it will be at 5 p.m.
That's tomorrow, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that way. And then after that one, yeah, like I said, we have John Arling coming back on, and then I think Steve Mace is trying to come back on.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready. With when Lakers start playing, there's gonna be more to talk about.
Yes, it is. Again, I appreciate everybody for coming on to supporting me. If you guys are new, please give your thoughts on the video and comment in my community post and tell us that what we should talk about in our interviews. Give us some ideas.
One last
Until
thing before you end this stream, Laker girl. One last thing.
yeah,
Shame on you. Shame on everybody watching. Shame on all of y'all if y'all didn't hit that like button. Shame on all of y'all. Hit that like button, please.
Dirty rats.
And if you came to the show late, make sure you watch the replay.
yes, watch the replay.
Let's get the watch time up, y'all. Let's get the watch time up.
And again,
So
I
yeah, I'm
thank
done.
again, I just want to thank my co-host Angry Lakers Fan Media and FYM for always coming through, showing up for the interviews. Y'all make sure y'all follow my co-host, follow my brother DJ Lakers and Five, my brother Major Level Entertainment.
Yes. Thank you, Laker girl, for making this possible. And always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to have FYM on here. He's like comedy relief, sometimes. So it's always good to have the realness, from FYM. So
I appreciate that.
yes,
Sometimes you
sir.
gotta make sometimes comedy to do it right, you gotta have a certain amount of intelligence. Cause sometimes you would just sound stupid trying to be funny if you don't know
Yeah.
how to do it right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I appreciate that, JC brother.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Bella.
On that note, I'm going to end the show. Everybody have a blessed night. This is your girl, Laker Girl. I'm out.
Good night.